but that also requires some real improvements in our economy and in the state budget dynamics. I think the question, again, if you had a mayor who was not taking a negative attitude towards the workforce, meaning the principals and the teachers and the paras and everyone else, you could ask the question, how could we use our staff creatively in combination to try and reduce class size, or at least reduce the burden of large class size in some situations. But I think it's a combination of short-term new revenue that strengthens the school system through a tax increase on the wealthiest, long-term getting the justice long since promised us by the CFE decision.
Thank you.
Can I add something real quick to that?
Tom had his hand up first, and we'll get to you next.
I was a teacher 25 years. I was a teacher 25 years ago at Stuyvesant High School, and I had 35 kids in each of my classes 5 times a day. Remembering 175 names is next to impossible without a Delaney book, if you remember what that was. We need to bring class size down. That's going to require us to make sure that we get more teachers, and we need to keep and retain teachers. 50% of teachers in this city turn over within 5 years. That is educational malpractice as far as I'm concerned. We have to force the schools of education to have a medical model to train teachers and get them in the classroom as apprentice teachers and bolster our system. The second thing is we have to, as I said before, increase our facilities and improve our facilities with more seats so that we can reduce class sizes. Those two things will bring it down. And with all due respect to Bill, it's not about taxing the wealthy, because that base is just going to leave the city and we're going to have no taxes at that point.
All right, thank
That's
you.
highly debatable, whenever you want to have that debate.
We'll have time to come back to that in your closing remarks. John,
I'll meet you outside for that one, Tom.
John, if you want, very briefly, want to make sure we get to another topic.
Sure. The increasing class sizes is a very big problem. I would say crisis for our public schools now. Over recent years, class sizes has continued to creep up and up and up. The idea that we don't have enough money to reduce class sizes is, I think, it's just a non-starter. We have seen over the last few days the administration basically give up on $250 million of money for the Department of Education this year, ballooning to something like $772 million by September 1st if the evaluation system is not agreed upon by the Bloomberg administration. So there's lots, and their solution is not to plug the $250 million gap in the Department of Education with money elsewhere, or to ask for it from the state. But it's simply to have the Department of Education itself absorb that loss from within. So clearly, if they can do that so easily, there is lots of other money to be found within the department. My office has
John, I'm sorry.
Hundreds of millions of dollars of consulting fees that probably should go to classroom sizes.
Thank you. So before we go there, I got to go to teacher evaluation. This is